Hi, folks, this is Mountain Man coming to you from parts unknown. Every time I say that, Sadie gets up and runs out of the room. But anyway, I was watching Kamala during her town hall with Anderson Cooper Scooper. Now, she's not going to go on with Joe Rogan, but she'll go on with Anderson. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what's going on with Joe here. And all the other stuff we got going on. I'll play a short clip of him, see how my videos are working. I got a longer clip of it, but while people are coming in, I'll just play this and talk about some stuff.
It sounds like I said, we got to lock him up. Politically lock him up.
Oh, he snuck that politically in there while everybody was clapping. He snuck the political part in. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well and enjoying the day. I heard another poll came out, the Wall Street Journal. Of all people, of all groups, the Wall Street Journal showing Trump up by 3 in the popular vote. That's going to throw some cold water on this business of trying to get rid of the Electoral College. So anyway, I got on my screen here something that was put up with Polymarket. It's probably changed now. Trump's probably, who knows after this Wall Street Journal thing, that's going to fluctuate. People dump money in there to change the betting odds and everything else. Who knows what that is? But there's definitely momentum, big time momentum going for Mr. T. And so I'll tell you, if I got any people in that are sitting on the fence or don't like Mr. T, this clip here's got Andrew Cuomo in it. I apologize for any language that's in this thing, but early in the broadcast, hopefully I'll have somebody that's never listened to the show before pay attention to this.
Kamala Harris is not a godsend, all right? You people didn't even like her 6 months ago. Now all of a sudden, she's black female Jesus, the way Obama was black Jesus. And let me tell you something. He had a lot more going for him than Kamala Harris does, and not just as firsts go. Persuasion, his charisma, okay? He was imbued with things that she is not. And I don't mean that as a criticism. It's just a point of also. There's a convenience in it, but it fucked her also. Because there are a lot of misgivings about her. There's an underlying feeling that she didn't get this the right way. She may not have won a primary. She didn't even make it to the first round of primaries when she did run. And that is both fair and unfair at the same time. But look, this idea of don't say anything bad about her because Trump, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. And it's not how you get to a better place. It's a relative assessment. She has negatives. So does he. Does he have more? Yeah. He also has a way more intense following. That's why this race is so tight. Now explain that to me. Unless you want to write off, how do you explain it being so tight? Maybe you're not as right about everything as you think you are. Maybe you should be a little bit more open to the people that you disagree with. Maybe they're not all racists.
Well, that was, I don't know, kind of a middle of the road discussion. Unusual for Chris Cuomo. I still think he's trying to help pull his brother's bacon out of the fire. I don't know. Let's see who all's in here. How you doing, Sissy? Sherry, nice to see you. KNS Cleanup, Angel, Todd, Cola, nice to see you. Sherry's in the house. Kathy, Angela, hi, Wayne. Yeah, he gives me a thumbs up every time he comes in. Hi, Tracy. Angel's here. Let's see, Miss Bender Sue, how you doing? Nice to see you. M's here. Nice to see you. Sherry, Debbie. Okay, everybody's coming in. But anyway, I thought this Dirty Jobs meme with Babylon Bee was funny. on the backhoe and driving a truck, doing all kinds of stuff. He is probably the most memeable president. I thought that was cute. I thought I'd put it up there. I've got a couple of videos. Did that video play clear? I hope. Let's see. I've got so many things in my studio. I went to these that particular letter. I did some recreational looking around, especially after Obama went to his so-called rally and had Eminem or whatever his name is. So yeah, I'm not a fan of any of them. Anderson, I think he's being made to walk the chalk. Boy, what a cornball town hall. And she finished it up with gonna have to change the Supreme Court, and that Trump was gonna be unstable and some kind of maniacal entity sitting behind the desk making an enemies list, and he's going to call out the military and arrest the press. I can tell you one thing: the press can be thinking about what's going to happen to CNN. I think CNN is going to have to. CBS. CBS. I think they're going to be take a time out. All right, and pay a fine. They really have to. Those licenses are free. Hi, Elva. How you doing? Nice to see you. If I miss anybody, I'll give my apologies. Hi, Ronald. Yeah. What did you all have the stomach to watch that town hall or whatever the hell that was? Here's my thumbnail. Here's my thumbnail I put up. Because this is my new name. Pansy. Okay? Angry Pansy mocks Elon. Giving money to regular people is sus. Yeah, what are you doing giving money to regular people? They're supposed to be coming to us. Like little starving chickens pecking at the floor. But anyway, here's a video I had in my studio the other day. I didn't get to play. I don't even remember what it is. Let's see what Harriet Hageman's got to say about all this.
And what we have learned is that the IRS, in fact, has been using AI to access bank accounts of American citizens without any kind of a search warrant or even without any specific claim that they have committed a crime. So and what they found is that the IRS has claimed that they have access to every single person's bank account. Department of Justice, and that they have absolutely no problem whatsoever going after the little guy to make sure that they are paying their taxes. This is such a blatant violation of the Fourth Amendment that we have to provide additional information about what they are doing with AI and what they are doing to protect the civil rights of American citizens.
Well, thank you, Harriet Hageman. Let's try to get some of these people get a little rattled as to what they're doing and what they're up to. Their plans are not going to be as smooth as they think. I like Harriet too. Yeah, Angela, the Atlantic magazine. I think that's Steve Jobs' widow, isn't it? Something like that. But I'm going to play this because I was calling Tim pansy. But anyway, here's what I haven't played this yet. I see if I recorded it good or not. Tucker Carlson said about Tim Walz.
Or like Tim Walz is very obviously gay. I look at him and I'm like, well, you're gay. And I'm sure I'll be attacked for saying that. Maybe he's not gay, but he certainly seems gay.
Right. They immediately say, where's your evidence?
I don't have any evidence. I'm just saying the guy looks super, super gay to me. But they're the ones always running on being like, it's great to be gay. Okay, if it's great to be gay, then why is it an attack on him for me to say that? And why would it be out of bounds to be like, hey, Tim Walz, you seem super gay. Are you gay? Have you ever slept with dudes? Like, if you ask that question, you'd be fired from your job.
You're just asking that now. It's very controversial, right?
But why would that be controversial? If there's nothing wrong with it,
right,
then why is it so offensive to ask that question?
Right.
I don't like this doesn't make any sense.
I think ultimately,
I didn't say he was gay. I said he was a pansy. There's a difference. Or is there? I don't know. I'm not expert on this stuff. But I know one thing. While I was sitting there watching this town hall, it dawned on me. Well, it's done more than dawned on me in a vast. But I'm looking at a former groupie, okay, of Montel Williams, a former squeeze of the mayor, what's his name, Willie Brown, and just a road trollop that's going to be president, wants to be president of the United States. And this is a serious discussion among the people. It shows you how powerful the media is, but she's likable. Here, let me play this for you.
A presidential song for anyone. One Nation Under a Groove by Funkadelic. One nation under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. Can I?
Oh, yeah. Hail to the chief. Hail to the chief. Here's something somebody put up. Did I get this suggested? Yeah, this is somebody put up this political signs in their yard, and it's misleading till you walk up on it. It's kind of funny. Whoa, wait a second. There we go. There, I got to cut my mic off. Ha ha, now you get before the storm. I don't know if y'all saw that. Is my voice coming through clear? I don't know. While I'm playing the video, usually I can't talk. There's the man right there. Ha ha. Yeah, I usually have to have my mic off. But anyway, so we'll see if the pansy things catches hold instead of the GAY word. But remember when I was doing a broadcast and I said, Steve Martin, the jerk? I brought that up a couple of times when she kept saying, I was born in the middle class. When I cut on this town hall, that is exactly what she was saying. Well, I was born in a middle class home. My mama did that. I'm like, is this a replay of the garbage she was talking last month and the month before that? No, it was what she was talking about tonight. And I've been a prosecutor and I've done the same broken script. So I said that reminded me of Steve Martin and the jerk. I was born a poor black child. Well, anyway, Trump was at a rally yesterday, I believe it was, and he's talking about Obama because Obama said, don't pay attention to that angry old man or something like that, derogatory about Trump. And Trump said, well, I think he's a big jerk about Obama. He's a big jerk. So Elon Musk put out something when they announced, he put out a number of things. Let me see if I can find one of them about Eminem. Here he is. Here's him. Watch live. Eminem introduces Obama at a campaign rally. Look who it is airing it live. PBS, Public Broadcasting. They're the same creeps that drug out the 2016 election where we didn't officially have a winner till 3 a.m. They've siphoned off the feel good from the whole nation. But anyway, they'll play this stupid garbage with Eminem. Here we go. Here's Obama and Eminem. Look up in the back because they can only fill so much. We're 2 weeks away from Election Day. Who is this? Click on Detroit. And Eminem or whatever his name is. So there they are. Look all creepy and weird. But Elon tied it right to the island. Right to the island. Where is that one? Somebody put out a... here it is. Oh, wait a second. Well, I'll put that one up later. It's from the 17th letter. But we know that they're tied with Epsteinio, right? Epsteinio Islando. And yeah, I talk like this because I have to, or they'll take my videos down. What's this? Elon just accused Eminem of being a, quote, Diddy party participant, unquote. This is from Clandestine. He's not coming out in support of Kamala because he likes politics. He's been summoned because he's compromised and controlled. And there's Elon Musk's tweet, yet another Diddy participant. So, yeah, let me see. Where's that one? Somebody put up one with a CUE post attached to it. While I'm looking for that, I might as well put this up. Y'all heard about this guy. Abercrombie ex-CEO arrested for S3X trafficking. And now he looks like a pansy. Here, right here. Breaking. Former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Mike Jeffries and 2 others. Who's the 2 others? Arrested Tuesday night as part of a criminal S3X trafficking investigation. Sources familiar with ABC News, of all people, reporting it. The investigation involved whether the men exploited and abused young men at the parties they hosted in the U.S. and around the world. Look, let me see if I can get his picture up here. So if you see it walking down the street, if you see something like that coming up, get your antennas up. There's problems. So anyway, so here we got this rapper running cover for Obama and trying to get Kamala in the White House. What a ridiculous notion to have this individual. But like I said, it shows the power of the media. Here, I'll show you how much power they got. And, you know, when I watch Right Side Broadcasting, I see the young ladies on as announcers, and I calm down. Because sometimes I say to myself, we got to do something about these women voting. I'm not talking about all women. I'm just talking about women like this. Tell me what you think of this mess.
Hi. I want to know how you can vote.
We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now.
James? No, I haven't walked by recently.
Okay, because a lot of people walk by and scream.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No,
Why are you voting for him?
because I believe he is the moral candidate.
Oh my God. You for that one.
That's
Moral?
exactly right. That's how your side acts.
Oh my God.
That's
He's
how
the
you
most
guys-
immoral person around.
in your opinion. That's okay. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. God bless you.
Ain't that nice? Isn't that nice? Boy, I bet you we could put up something like this every day if people posted their Ring cameras of these lunatics tearing down people's signs, carrying on like they are. Here's a picture for you all to think about, because I was going to do a video about what happened. What happened with the pansy in chief. But you know what picture this is? How you doing, Tennessee? Gary, how you doing? So, but what's this a picture of? I'll tell you what it is. It's a field trip. A field trip to China. Yeah, look at these nice little kids smiling. And I heard through the grapevine that when Timmy and his bride got married, they went on a field trip for their honeymoon. And they brought a bunch of kids with them. And 2 weeks, and they didn't share a room. They didn't get their own room. So one stayed with one group of kids, and the others stayed with another group of kids. Now, who has a honeymoon like that? But anyway, these are the kids that one of them that was supposedly a victim was a exchange student. And, you know, you can use your own eyes to see who it might be. So anyway, but look at the bunk up here. Somebody pointed out there's a man's hairy leg in his ankle-high socks laying up there. Some hairy-legged man laying up there in the same little dorm room as these young'uns. So, what's going to happen with that? Where there's smoke, is there fire? Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh, yeah. That's how you doing, Todd? Yeah, that's tampon in the upper bunk. So, did you notice? This is the second time Trump did it. At least 2 times. He said Kamala's acting all weird. Is she drunk? Or is it something else that's going on with her? But he said, does she know something we don't know? You all know what I mean by that. That's what Mr. T said. You all know what I mean by that. And I think what he means is, does she think the fix is in? That the fix is in. Here's a picture I had the other day. I didn't get a chance to put up. Couldn't find it. Kamala Harris's last town hall. Not this one with Anderson Pooper Scooper. Maria Shriver says crowd can't ask questions because they're predetermined. Well, what is it with Maria Shriver, Kamala Harris? What do they got in common? Husbands messing around with nannies. Remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? He got in big trouble. I think he actually had a kid through the nanny. I do not know. But part of the reason I put up this angry pansy thumbnail was he was belly aching about the money Elon was giving people. And that's why I put in there, it says, giving money to regular people is suspect. So the DOJ came out, and you might as well say, well, this is about senators and that Iran leak. But that, this is BBC News. DOJ saying it could be illegal. BBC News, Elon Musk has been offering $1 million to swing state voters who signed his petition before the U.S. election on November 5th. The petition was created by Elon Musk's campaign. But is it legal? Well, you know what, BBC? Mind your own damn business. Tim Walz will tell you that. But there's somebody who won a check. Isn't that nice? I got some pictures of people that won checks. He's given out 4 of them so far. Well, probably day 5. I don't know. But we're going to see, remember what I showed you about the BBC and their PSYOP operation, okay? And we know the UK was involved with the Russia business. And we know, what else do we know? Especially with Obama being so high profile right now. Elon Musk put this up today. What reason was given for repealing this law? And it says, did you know? Did you know in 2012, President Barack Hussein Obama repealed the Smith-Mundt Act, which had been in place in 1948. The law prevented the government from putting its propaganda on TV and radio. The ACL called its repeal a positive step for the First Amendment. What? So somebody put on readers added context. The Smith-Mundt Act has not been repealed. I said, oh, really? Let me click on that because I heard it was repealed. And Elon put it up, okay? And he didn't make a comment about the readers making a The act was amended in 2012/13. Oh, it wasn't repealed, they say. It was amended to allow U.S.-sponsored foreign media to be made available on request. Prior to 2012, this information could not be distributed in the U.S. despite being available online. So in other words, U.S.-sponsored foreign media, can you say C.I.A. Can you say 5 eyeballs? Okay. Can you say mockingbird, right? Is this note helpful? I put somewhat. Didn't give me a chance to say why. It's somewhat helpful because it shows you the BS line that they're trying to peddle, that it was somehow improved by a bunch of boneheads infiltrating our media. Here we go again. Speaking of infiltrating the media. CCDH is a criminal organization. Canico of the Great, breaking legal documents from the Center for Counting Digital Hate, reveal their primary goal is to kill Musk's Twitter, quote, by targeting advertising and leveraging EU regulations, namely putting people in jail for memes, okay? That's EU regulations. Here we go. Seems like the UK is one of the biggest offenders right now. Elon Musk put up, this is war. Exclusive documents. Working with Matt Taibbi, we reported on CCDHATE documents showing the Labour Party's political front's objective is kill Musk's Twitter. So their international foreign powers are going after Twitter. Election exclusive. British advisors to Kamala Harris hope to, quote, kill Musk's Twitter. So we all will have available to us is sitting around listening to a bunch of drivel and crap like we had to listen to if you wanted to keep up with Anderson, Pooper Scooper, and Harris. Same old garbage. England, not Russia, is the culprit in real foreign election interference story, as the leaked stateside plans of an advisory group with close ties to Prime Minister Keir Starmer's show. Now, this guy caught a lot of heat because he took down Margaret Thatcher's bust. It was either a bust or a painting or both, portrait of her at Downing Street. I mean, he is anti free speech Marxist. So there you go. We're going to be keeping an eye on the UK. What's this? What else is this? This is insane. Election interference. The Biden-Harris campaign is recklessly pumping debt into the economy, hoping to create an illusion of prosperity while saddling future generations. Anderson Cooper, why didn't you ask Kamala why they put almost $400 billion added to the debt in the last 90 days? You want to ask questions? Why didn't you ask a question like that? Especially with what was going on in North Carolina. Why? Why did you do that? Let me see if there's another graph of that. If I come across it, I'll put it up. Oh, let's see. Since Obama's put himself back in the picture, I got to be careful with some of these things I'm going to put up. But this is a meme to remind you. This is while Trump was a sitting president. We put up with almost 10 years of this one-sided horse hockey, as Colonel Potter used to say. I was going to say a dirty word, but I won't do it. Now, how could anyone think the media is biased? You look at those Time magazine pictures while Obama was president, okay? Oh, it's so nice. He's smiling. And then look what they were putting up for Trump. It's no wonder that half this country is out of its damn mind. But here's a reminder for everybody. I put this up before. I might have gotten in trouble and didn't even know it. Obama's personally selected code name. Renegade. A person who deserts, betrays an organization, a country, or a set of principles. Synonyms. Traitor, defector, deserter, turncoat, rebel mutineer. Oh, here's another picture for you right here. I'll put it over here and cover that stuff up. Keep me out of trouble. Keep me out of trouble. There he is. He's got some Muslim garb there. You know, and I could see people voting for him the first time, but the ones that voted twice, at least they're coming around now. But my God, I mean, we knew about all this stuff, including the ring he had on his finger, okay, that said, Allah is the one true God. He's a Muslim, and he works with the Muslim Brotherhood, okay? And I have to be careful how I say that. What's this? Obama. Jack Posobiec. Did you know Barack Obama took nearly $2 million in illegal campaign donations in 2008? He was fined one of the largest fees for campaign finance violations ever levied against a presidential campaign. And no one went to jail or even discussed impeachment. Nothing. You heard nothing about it. So Elon gives out money to regular people for signing a petition, just like these folks right here, and they want to put them in jail. They're investigating it. He put up, congratulations, Andy. Andy from Holly Springs, North Carolina, received $1 million for signing our petition to support the Constitution, which surpassed 1 million signatures. There isn't anything illegal about that. He gives damn money to whoever he wants. Here's another one. Doge designer. Remember that name. Department of Government Efficiency. 4 people, 4 days, 1 million each, courtesy of Elon Musk, for the support of the First and Second Amendment. $1 prize. All you have to do is sign a petition in support of the Constitution. Boy, I'll tell you what. You need to go down there. What the heck? Like I said, and Dan Scavino repeated it. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. I said this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Here, I said that. I said you'll never see this again, ever. This is historic. And today, Dan Scavino put this up. Only 2 weeks of Trump rallies remain. Take them in, America. You will never see anything like it ever again. This journey I've had over the past 9 years, just wow. Let's win this thing. Vote, 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 and fight, fight, fight. I could have wrote that for him. That's what he put up. But they're putting it in high gear, all the crap. But before I get into what they're putting in high gear, let's discuss this business about Obama some more, okay? I can't find the tweet, but I found the post. See that little red mark at the top? That's where I took out the letter, the particular letter. There's the post number back in 2019. Okay, it's over 5 years ago. What is this? Oh, my. This for people. Those who scream the loudest. And there he is, was a certain person. The name is Fuzzy. It's the top name. Chandler. Child, and then Handler. Okay? That same picture was put on up that Elon Musk retruth, if I can find it. North Korea obtain uranium. How did Iran obtain uranium? Why did B.O., as in body odor, Obama, send billions in cash and wire to Iran? Why the cash component? Was the hostage component a cover for what? Could any of the cash component be handed off to other people? I'm sure it could. How many planes carried the cash into Iran? Did it all land in Iran? Did it all land in the same location? Why is this relevant? Who controls North Korea? Who really controls North Korea? By the way, it was confirmed that there are North Korean troops in Ukraine, and I talked about that last week. We knew about it. We're the Mountain Man News. Don't think of a single person. Think of a powerful entity. Why is this important? Why are wars so important? Who benefits? What does hostage refer to? Who can be held hostage and controlled by NK, North Korea? Having a miniaturized nuclear weapons. Remember Trump's uncle talking about that. Where is B.O. today? Where is Valerie Jarrett? Alice in Wonderland. If you're wondering what Alice in Wonderland means, I will save you the trouble. Alice is Hillary, and Wonderland is Saudi Arabia. I might as well go through some of these, since I took the trouble to put them up. You guys want to check them out? All you got to do is pick a word like I got highlighted red. Powerful. Powerful. And you pull up the posts. All you got to do. U.S. taxpayers are paying for it all. Paris Accords, scam. Worth trillions. Red Cross, scam. Worth billions. Foreign aid, scam. Trillions. War equals scam. Trillions. And on and on. Like I said, the American people would be shocked what quality of life they could have, how much money they could have in their own pockets, how much more freedom they would have if we didn't have this corruption going on for decades. Who audits where the money actually goes? Nobody we can trust. Who actually receives the money? Not us. The U.S. taxpayer is funding the very people we are engaged in taking down. Slush funds everywhere. Think Porgy Sorioso pays for Antifa out of his own pocket? The hole is deep. Feels sick yet? That's what Trump was talking about with the green scam. New people don't know anything about this. People that are voting now that are 18 years old were 9 and 10 years old when we were reading these drops. Who was the mayor of Baltimore? Baltimore received $1.8 billion from Hussein's American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. Follow the money, follow the family. Who is the name of the Baltimore mayor? Trump brought this $1 billion to Baltimore up one time. And the next day, it might have been 2 days, he passed away. Who was that mayor? Who was that Baltimore mayor? Imagine what woman, senator, president, etc., was by U.S. law audited every 1 to 2 years by an independent agency. Imagine what would happen if those audits extended to all family members of such, quote, elected officials, unquote. Would D's continue to push for foreign aid to other countries versus the homeland? What happens when the kickbacks dry up? Maxine Waters' $4 million house. Nancy Pelosi worth $150 million. Joe Biden's son or brother net worth of tens of millions. Clinton family, 200 plus million. Pre-election of Bill Clinton, less than 1 million. Obama family, 40 million. Pre-election, less than 1 million. Disguised under book deals. Yeah, remember when Penguin Books went out of business? Somebody approached them and said, we know what you're up to. Those who are offered more powerful positions within the party, controlled. If they take the bribe money, they say, oh, good, you're somebody we got by the short hairs. We're going to kick you upstairs to an even more powerful position because we know you're corrupt and we can control you, drain the swamp. So this is for people that are just coming into the picture. Might have been 10 or 11 years old when this stuff was coming out. Donald J. Trump put out Kamala Harris. 6 different states are using me in their advertisements. I showed you those videos. And stating that they are with President Trump on tariffs and numerous other things. While it is a great compliment, it's not fair to those Republican candidates, Bernie Moreno, David McCormick, Eric Movade, I can't pronounce that, Hovade, and Sam Brown. Crooked Joe Biden almost 100% of the time. They only pretend to be on my side when the elections roll around. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Nevada, vote for Bernie Moreno, Dave McCormick, Eric Hovde, and Sam Brown. They're the ones who are with us. So yeah, they're trying to ride Trump's coattails. Let me see what's going on in the comments. Yeah, that's right. Gary said, bingo. Yeah, they're going for it. Oh, I'm just getting excited because there's going to be some kind irresistible force is going to meet an immovable object. The irresistible force is going to be the power of the people. And this entrenched bureaucracy is what we're going to collide with in a few short weeks. I have got various stories about crumb bum judges. And they were talking. Here, I might as well put this up. I like this one right here. Trump polling at 100% after hosts warned he could cancel the view. But anyway, She was talking about redoing the Supreme Court. And I've been saying for a long time, it's going to be more than the Supreme Court getting redone. It's going to be every judge, state, federal, local, is going to be gone over. Here, end wokeness. Massachusetts Judge Susan E. Sullivan just released a Haitian migrant who assaulted a disabled 15-year-old in a hotel. His bail was set to a mere $500. We're going to be taking names with this stuff. So they're going on the offense. They're constantly conniving and thinking about how to go on the offense. What? Trump goes to McDonald's, right? What happens all of a sudden? And it's ABC News was the first one to put it out. Here's one. Deadly E. coli outbreak tied to McDonald's quarter pounders. You're going, oh my gosh, what could that be about? And later on in the afternoon, you see different videos and crap coming out. Then this one comes out. Where did it go? I just saw it. Here we go. ABC News. E. coli, food poisoning linked to McDonald's quarter pounder hamburgers has sickened at least 49 people in 10 states. Did you know that people put up tweets encouraging McDonald's workers to sabotage food of Trump supporters? But anyway, including one person who passed away and 10 who were hospitalized. So 49 people said they got sick. It ended up with one who passed away and 10 hospitalized. 39 of them, or 38 of them just said, hey, I got sick. Oh, we're going to make a national story out of that. The passing away was reported in an older person in Colorado, and one child has been hospitalized with severe kidney complications. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported. Between September 27th and October 11th, in Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Oregon, Utah, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. Colorado has the most cases with 27, followed by Nebraska with 9. Bear with me while I do a little bit of math. 36 cases in 2 states leaves how many? 13 cases spread out between 8 states? It doesn't make sense to be a national alert. I had a friend who had a restaurant. Somebody sent him a letter saying his food made his wife sick. And it was the most dramatic story he wrote you ever heard. That she was so sick, she was hanging onto the sink and it broke off the wall and busted the sink and all this and that. The guy served probably 150 people that night. And because she got sick, it had to have been because they ate at his place. In other words, it's hard to prove this stuff. And to have so many just report that they were sick, a third of them or 2/3 of them aren't getting medical care, for it to, right after Trump's visit, to be made a national story. Come on. Very suspect. A quarter pounder gave my kid kidney problems. Come on. So anyway, we'll see what comes of it, but I'll tell you one thing. McDonald's has an investigative procedure whenever there's this kind of accusations that fly around. And if there's any lawsuits or anything like that, they're going to get to about the bottom you can get. Rudy Giuliani, more offense. Rudy Giuliani must turn over luxury items in New York City apartment to cover what he owes to two Georgia poll workers he defamed, judge says. What judge? And who puts up a video looking all cool in front of some kind of whatever he's at? Judge orders that GA election workers Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman can seize Rudy Giuliani's property. Glenn Kirshner. Well, I'm like, oh, people are like, oh my goodness. He's got to turn over his watches, his cars, his apartment, everything he's got. You look into it a little deeper. He's got 7 days, they said. So I guess it's around Monday or Tuesday. And I said, oh, it's terrible. And I said, well, let me check Rudy Giuliani's page on Truth and see what he's got to say about it. Maybe he'll give us an update. I mean, what's he going to do? Move in with relatives? Does he need a place? Because I'll help him. Where is it? Anyway, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. This is what he posted. Hadn't posted in like 4 days, 3 days. He put this up today. Rudy Giuliani. You never know who you're going to run into when you're going to run into old friends. It was such a blessing to see Eric again. And there he is with a friend. And not a word about this. So what does that tell me? What that tells me, hi, Yvonne, how you doing? Hi, Ronald. What that tells me is he can probably appeal this one judge. Now, speaking of judges, there's a major election that's going to affect Western civilization in less than 2 weeks. This case has been going on for 3.5 years. Why put out this kind of a ruling? And why would Glenn Kirshner, and I could have got screenshots of all the other anti-Trump utizel channels, they all act like, Rudy's really screwed now. Why do it this close to the election? When it's something that can be appealed is what I'm suspecting, because Rudy doesn't look worried about it. He doesn't look like he's packing his bags. Here we go, the Atlantic. More crap they're putting out. So they're doing the Rudy Giuliani story. They're doing a quarter pounder story. The Atlantic putting out Trump is speaking like Hitler, Stalin, and Mussolini. The former president has brought dehumanizing language into American presidential politics. This picture is the husband of this person that wrote the article. And I think it was Clandestine might have been making fun of it, saying, all you got to do is put a little black mustache under his nose. You want to talk about who's acting like Adolf. But anyway, it was part of the screenshot, so I got it. Let's see. I got some more stuff. I'll put up more stuff on that in a minute. Let me see if I got a video of that. I got a lot of videos. Wait a minute. I got to start playing them before my stream gets weak. Let's see. Here we go. Jean-Pierre. She's going to talk about Donald Trump.
And to be praising Adolf Hitler is dangerous, and it's also disgusting.
So just to be clear, when you said we do agree, President Biden believes that Donald Trump is a fascist.
I mean, yes, we have said. He said himself. The former president has said that. We cannot. And we cannot ignore or forget what happened on January.
That's the kind of stuff that brings crazy looking women up to your porch screaming and yelling at you. Here, she gave a press conference. When she sobered up, she had her day off, and Trump said she was lazy as hell. Well, she came out and gave a press conference. Got off her lazy ASS.
So yesterday we learned that four-star general confirmed that while Donald Trump was president, he said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally, one that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. In just the past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within, and even said that he would use the United States military to go after American citizens. And let's be clear about who he considers to be the enemy from within. Anyone who refuses to bend a knee or dares to criticize him would qualify, in his mind, as the enemy within, like judges, like journalists, like nonpartisan election officials. It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler, the man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews and hundreds of thousands of Americans. All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is, from the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist, who in fact vowed to be a dictator on day one and vowed to use the military as his personal militia to carry out his personal and political vendettas. Donald Trump is increasingly unhinged and unstable. And in a second term, people like John Kelly would not be there to be the guardrails against his propensities and his actions. Those who once tried to stop him from pursuing his worst impulses would no longer be there, and no longer be there to rein him in. So the bottom line is this. We know what Donald Trump wants. He wants unchecked power. The question in 13 days will be, what do the American people want?
Yeah, well, Kelly was the one, him and Mattis were the ones that were eyeing up Lindsey Graham and Huma Abedin. Remember that, folks, at the funeral? Everybody's saying, well, why is Kelly looking at Lindsey Graham that way for hugging Huma Abedin? I said, well, wait a minute. They might have been giving Huma Abedin the side eye, okay? Because she's the one that's got the direct ties to MB, and that is Muslim, and then the other word is brotherhood, okay? So, and we also know that this woman or thing or whatever it is walking up the steps right there was elbow deep in those parties, all right? Abstenio, all right, and P. Diddy, and it's all coming down. But like Trump says, do they know something we don't know? But anyway, let's see what Harry Enton's got to say about the polls. Harry Enton. Now, this could all change this coming through the week. But still, they try to make it look good while they talk about Kamala. To the casual glance at the screen, you see +2 Kamala, +5 Kamala. But it's not as good as it looks.
center of the electorate. You go last time around, Joe Biden won these voters by 11 points. You look at September of 2024, a month ago, Kamala Harris was up 5 points among independents. You look now, though, look at this. She's only up by 9 points from Biden was at the end of the 2020 campaign. Of course, this is a national picture. This is a national picture. Wisconsin, the Great Lakes, that blue wall, right? Joe Biden last time around won him by 5 points over Donald Trump. Look at where we are today. This is the type of movement Donald Trump likes to see in the center of the electorate, up by a point. Now, of course, that's well within any margin of error, right? But again, it's the movement. It's the trends, Mr. Berman, that we're looking at. And when you flip a group from going +5 Biden to now +1 Trump, that's the type of movement Donald Trump loves to see, and it's the type of movement that I think gives Democrats some agita.
What do we know about candidates who have won or lost independents in the past?
Yeah, are independents determinative of who wins the election? Usually the way independents go, so goes the nation. So candidates who won independents in elections since 1952, look at this. Won independents, won the election 15, lost the election despite winning independents just 3. So it is possible to lose independents and win the election, but the bottom line is that's only happened 3 times. It was Nixon in 68, it was Ford in 76, and it was Kerry in 2004. Normally when you win independents, John, it's a very good sign for your chances to win the election.
Do we have any sense among the people who are identifying as independents now what they're saying or how they're feeling or why we're seeing this?
Yeah, why are we seeing this movement in the electorate perhaps away from the Democrats towards Donald Trump? And this is true overall. This is true among independents as well. View is too liberal, right? Are you out of the mainstream, perhaps? 38% said that of Joe Biden back in 2020. Now that number is up to 48% for Kamala Harris versus the 40% or so who see Trump as too conservative. The bottom line is Harris may be a little bit too out of the mainstream, at least compared to Donald Trump when we're talking ideologically speaking.
Look at the trends. They are pointing in a direction. When
Harry, and thank you very much.
They're pointing all in Trump's direction, but they run around Robin Hood's barn as to a conclusion. Hi, Hebrew. How you doing? So anyway, let me see what we got here. What is this one? UK strengthens national security and bolsters Ukraine war chest with $2.26 billion military loan. A loan? Britain is providing Ukraine with a loan of almost $3 billion to purchase weapons. The loan will be secured by profits from frozen Russian assets. This is Britain's contribution to the $50 billion loan total promised by the G7. Oh, really? Well, what about us? U.S. says it's very close. This is another psyop. This is another bag of BS. U.S. is very close to finalizing $20 billion share of G7 loan to Ukraine, Yellen says. Oh, so instead of, we've already given them $180 billion, given it to them. So now it's close to election time. They're saying that they're loaning it. You know what you can do with those loan papers once they sign them? It'd be worthless. It's just hiding from the American people more money laundering. They're not loaning them squat. Speaking of psyops, what else they got on the table? Let me see. Biden-Harris, special interest aliens, this is from Diamond and Silk, sent to Texas. Should we be concerned for U.S. national security? National security issues have been raised by Biden-Harris administration's transportation of hundreds of migrants, including special interest aliens from California to Texas. Well, here, what are they timing with this psyop? Right here. This was yesterday. Could Texas turn blue? Who the hell is talking about that? What to expect from early voting this year? Nobody's been talking about Texas turning blue, but the crazy old women on your front porch will be thinking that. And you got all these flights. It's more than hundreds of migrants coming to Texas. And Mexican cartels greenlight members shooting border agents report. Remember, Trump said we were going to see violence over this migrant crime beyond anything people thought could ever happen. Here we go. See if you got that in your quiver. Reminder, the people who are against voter ID wanted you to show vaccine papers. I don't think they'll let you put that on X. Let me see. Oh, here's somebody. Is this a job application? What is this? Hashim Safadine, head of the Hezbollah Organization Executive Council. They got another one. That was the one who was after supposedly this Sinwar character. You see his credentials right there. He didn't even last, 48 hours? He's out of here. Here's MSNBC chiming in. Donald Trump, I need the kind of generals Hitler had. Reported by The Atlantic. Remember, class action lawsuits are very effective. Trump came out and said that Milley is in big trouble. He said that. He hadn't said that about Kelly yet, okay? But he fired Kelly because he wasn't doing his job. He said that many times. What else are they trying to prepare people's brains for? Judge Eileen Cannon, under consideration for Trump's AG if he's elected. This is the one who agreed that Jack Smith had no standing. This is the one that dismissed the documents case and why they ran to Judge Chutkan in D.C. Jack Smith, deranged Jack Smith. Well, they're acting as if she's doing it for a bribe. What does that remind you of? The tarmac meeting with Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch. Word on the street is there's a recording of the conversations that she was promised. Loretta Lynch was promised a Supreme Court justice position if she tamped down the email, Hillary's emails. She was promised a judgeship. So now they're acting like Trump is inducing this judge. Breaking news, the judge who tossed Trump's classified documents case is included on a list of proposed candidates for Attorney General. Sources say. Who's your source? Fired General Kelly? Rachel Madcow? Here's another one. Elon Musk put this up. Same thing, the Atlantic thing. Talking about the Atlantic. They're literally foaming at the mouth. He put this up today. Atlantic today. Trump is literally Hitler. And this headline exists. I didn't even bother to, these community notes, they've got people employed to sprinkle a bunch of crap in there. They have claimed that. It's reported in real news that they compared Trump to Hitler. It's not the first time. Here we go. Elon have 90% of legacy media and online media on their side. 90% of Hollywood celebs and a massive number of organizers on the ground. Frankly, it's surprising that Republicans win at all. Tim Walz claims Elon Musk is helping Trump buy the election. The angry pansy. Here you go. Jack Posobiec. Breaking. Defense official who was present at the meeting discussing the soldier's funeral. This is the other rock they're throwing at Trump today, saying that he complained about the price of a funeral being $60,000, using crude language, saying how much does it cost to bury a effing Mexican. Defense official who was present at the meeting discussing the soldier's funeral said Trump said nothing of the sort, only asked about making sure the funeral was paid for, and that Milley had aides there who may have planted the Atlantic story. Another story in the Atlantic lying about Trump. And one writes a story, the other ones run with it, just like Nancy Pelosi and her wrap-up smear that I played many times. Trump reportedly raised an American soldier's funeral bill. It doesn't cost $60,000. All made up. All made up, just throwing crap against the wall. And then the crazy old ladies come up on your porch. Here, they wasted no time. Report, Trump raged about funeral costs for effing Mexican. MSNBC. That's another one's got to lose their license. Here's another judge right here. Harris County judge faces charges for secretly helping a death row inmate get an MRI. This was back, I think, in 2014, I think. Maybe. Don't hold me to that. But had this guy, she circumvented the court system and had this person go get an MRI, was sitting in a private healthcare facility, no handcuffs, no nothing. He unalived an entire family, the mother, the father, and 4 children. Those earrings ought to tell you something. They're pulling on her brain. So, yeah, we're going to start getting rid of these judges. Here's what we knew I talked about last week. North Korea troops are already in Russia. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says. Well, I said that the other day. I said there was 3,000 troops over there. Takes them this long to admit it. What's this one? A general in Iran's Revolutionary Guards has been charged in New York. Remember they're talking about Iranian hit squads coming after President Trump? And I talked about years ago, my mother was a friend with refugees from Iran who were with the royal family after the fall of the Shah of Iran. And the lady was a good friend of my mother and gave her pictures of the Shah and his wife. But anyway, she said back then, oh, what was that, 50 years ago? She said, these people are crazy. They'll come after us. They'll come after us. If they find us, they'll do whatever it takes to get us. And I remember that woman telling my mom that. It was terrifying. But anyway, so here You got a general with Revolutionary Guards in New York trying to assassinate a dissident Iranian American journalist. Target of the alleged assassination plot was not named in unsealed court records, but she has widely been identified as Masih Alinejad, who lives in New York. The Justice Department has now charged 8 individuals. This is somebody nobody's heard of, and they sent 8 people to get this person. What do you think they're doing, planning on Trump? Including an Iranian military official for their efforts to silence and kill a U.S. citizen because of her criticism of the Iranian regime. We will not tolerate efforts by an authoritarian regime like Iran to undermine the fundamental rights guaranteed to every American, Garland said. Well, yeah, okay, Garland. But anyway, this is a picture of her. I mean, she looks a little wild, but she's not wearing a hijab. And they wanted to take her out. So imagine what they're trying with Trump. New York Post. Putting this stuff on blast is a good thing. It's just that so much of it happens that you could sit here for hours putting this stuff. Outraged parents pull kids from class after they were allegedly made to listen to a gender diversity lecture from a drag queen. Quote, they weren't letting us leave. Well, I can tell you in my territory what would happen. Stand in the doorway. Here's another one. Andy, no. A society can't survive with this kind of dysphoria. What's this say? The Pittsburgh trans suspect accused of brutally unaliving a Pennsylvania state police officer in apparent random STAB-ing had been earlier released without bail for an alleged violent robbery by socialist non-binary judge Xander Orenstein. Read the exclusive report. Who the hell allows someone to be a judge that makes it a point to talk about their bedroom habits? Non-binary means you'll lay with anything or anybody that you feel like. That is not something that needs to be put on a resume for a so-called judge. Now you had this creature take someone's life. So that judge needs to go. And yes, call it profiling, call it whatever you want. But you can't allow this type of business, I'll say, this type of doings on a court. Did I play this yet? Let me see. I don't even know what this is. Let me play it and see what it is.
We're running against the vice president in the history of our country. No one respects her. No one trusts her. No one takes her seriously. Something is clearly wrong with her. She can't put 2 sentences together. She's an international joke, and she is going to end up getting us into a 3rd World War. This person cannot be president when the people of North Carolina were stranded and drowning in Hurricane Helene. Kamala Harris was at a glitzy fundraiser in a city that she destroyed, San Francisco. She spent the last 4 years taking your money to provide shelter and benefits to illegal aliens. But when North Carolina needed help, Kamala Harris was nowhere to be found. And it took her a long time to get here, too. And she only did it. She only came here because she's running for office. I was here the day after. I didn't want to go in. I didn't want to disturb them, but I was in North Carolina. Kamala Harris does not have the compassion, the smarts, or the strength to be the president of the United States. She just can't do the job. You know it. Everybody knows it. Her people know it. The people that work for her know it. Every single, almost 95% of the people that work for her as vice president quit. They were always quitting because she was a nut job. And on top of it all, she says she would not do one thing differently from Joe Biden, which is totally disqualifying immediately.
Well, I've got that. Well, I want to put these two clips up of, speaking of these the judges. We can't survive with these types of judges, and we can't survive with this type of media. These clips I'm going to play for you right now. This is where, listen for when the guy gets cut off, what he's bringing up when this MSNBC gang cuts him off. And they're Scion, or wherever it is at the bottom, Eminem rips Trump's vow of retribution. But anyway.
I got to tell you, this campaign is so everything that's said about Donald Trump and his treatment of women and the gender gap in this campaign. This rapper, who I fully admit sold a lot of records, if you've read some of the things he has said about the promotion of domestic violence.
No. What he said,
women.
He said if you're famous,
Bakari,
you can grab them by the.
Bakari, I listened to your entire filibuster. If you could just give me 13 seconds.
I give you 12 because he said grab them by the.
And so when you think about the things he has said in order to sell those records, and you also consider some of the questions that are swirling around Harris's own husband in this regard.
Oh my God. Okay, you don't even get 12 seconds.
I'm
not going to let you go into the far end of BS.
I'm just telling you.
Scott,
like, you can't go. Listen,
hey.
I can't represent you in the defamation case.
We're gonna stop here for a second. All right.
Yeah, he can't bring up Harris's husband. Okay, but they can say whatever the hell they want about Trump. And listen to this garbage right here. I call this unfair and unbalanced. Okay, instead of fair and balanced. Listen to this garbage. Tell me if they ought to keep their broadcasting license.
Election Day is just over 2 weeks away, and the fight for every single last undecided vote. Harris is targeting disaffected Republican voters by hitting the trail with Liz Cheney in the crucial blue wall states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Cheney was a powerful Republican congresswoman, and today she called Harris a responsible adult. As for former President Donald claims about FEMA and immigrants. That's after he spent the weekend slinging a crude insult at Harris, engaging in lewd locker room talk about the late golfing legend Arnold Palmer, and staging a campaign stunt at a Pennsylvania McDonald's.
Yeah, isn't that fair? Isn't that fair and balanced? You can fairly say they're unbalanced. Unbalanced. Yeah, she said Selection Day. You're welcome, Angela. I do my best. Well, folks, I got a clip here I want to leave you with from the Latin Americans for Trump. Okay? Take heart. Take heart. And I'm thinking about doing like a 10-day in a row broadcast to count down to election 10, 9, 8, or I don't know, maybe the last week, just do straight through broadcasts. So if you all think about that, maybe join me for those broadcasts. I would appreciate it. I'd appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up, help the video get around, share the video, or clips. You know, you can take clips. Where the thumbs up is, if you slide that bar over, it'll show you a little pair of scissors. And you can take a snippet out and share it with your friends. I know they're long broadcasts. But anyway, I'm going to play this clip from the Latinos for Trump, okay, as we close out. And I appreciate you all spending your precious time with me. And I will, I won't, unless something really big happens, I won't be broadcasting tomorrow. I will be broadcasting again Friday, okay? But if something pops up or if I take a notion, I might broadcast tomorrow. So if you hit the notification bell, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Jump in. The water's fine. I appreciate it. So anyway, you all have a great night. Enjoy this clip. I'll be seeing you soon. This is Mountain Man, over and out.
I am extremely confident, without a doubt, that the first day that we elect Mr. Donald J. Trump, our next president, the first day in office, I guarantee you he'll solve half. Most important, on November 5th, the election is not about you and us, it's about freedom and oppression, and this is the only man that I know that can handle that. This is the only man that has survived, for the grace of God, things that we can never imagine. And he gets up and he says, fight, fight, fight. I happen to be honored today.
Thank you, man.
I am by representative of God on earth, and we have to pray. Yes. And I always would say, pray, 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 but fight, 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 because that's exactly what we need to do. Praying itself is not going to do it. We need to pray and fight. Now, talking about